Happy Austin 316. I guess I can start the podcast by saying that it is March 16th. Stone cold, stone cold, stone cold. You guys like the first Gamers Coffee podcast, which means so much to me because this is a podcast that I've always wanted to do, and I still feel like it's a little too early to do it, but I know I'm gonna have a lot of fun doing it, and of course, that's always what matters, and that's kind of gonna be the theme of this podcast today is just having fun with YouTube gaming and how I got started, all that crazy stuff. You guys seen the taglines, everything like that. If you're listening on Spotify, make sure you hit the follow button. If you're already following, keep up to date, man. Keep refreshing that page every day because I'm gonna try to keep uploading on Spotify more. YouTube, if you're on YouTube, of course, hit that sub button, hit that bell that's right next to it, and make sure you like the video and comment. If you guys comment, that helps me out a lot. It's a democracy. It lets me know what you guys want to see, what you guys like. It's a democracy here on this channel. And that's kind of the biggest thing that I've gotten out of YouTube gaming. But I'll definitely talk about that a little bit later. 250 subscribers. That's what we got. And it's a big achievement for me. It's one of the biggest so far that I've gotten with YouTube gaming. And I remember the morning I woke up and it happened. And I was sitting there and people were messaging me like, congratulations on 250, congratulations on 250. And I was like, we hit 250? And I went to the channel and we did. And, it was just amazing that I didn't even know that people had to message me and let me know that we hit 250. And it's something amazing. That is so amazing that people really cared about the Seoul Dojo so much that they had to tell me. And I was writing my Facebook status, and there was a point I got towards the end, and I was like, thank you to everybody to giving the Seoul Dojo a chance and allowing it to your life. But before I can get into your life part, to be honest with you, I started shedding a couple tears because for what's going on in my life right now, having 250 subscribers meant so much to me. And it just made me realize, I'm really doing it. 250 might not look like a lot to a lot of people, but I didn't think I was ever going to hit 250. And it's you got to not set your standards low, but you got to make them realistic. And, I got my eye on 300 now, and I have kind of a little side eye on 1,000. I think that would be an amazing achievement for the Seoul Dojo. But even if Seoul Dojo stopped right here, I'm glad everybody's here. I'm glad so many people comment on so many videos because that keeps the discussion going. I think that's the biggest part about YouTubing is that you start a discussion, and that's what I kind of want to do is just continuously start the discussion. Even if we disagree, that's the best part of it. And we're going to get into a lot of things like that. We're going to get into a lot of discussions, a lot of things that going around with gaming and YouTubing and stuff like that. We're going to get into a lot of stuff like that. So let me kind of just break it down how I started YouTubing and get in YouTube gaming. My man Jamal Johnson, he started this channel with me. Unfortunately, of course, it's my channel, but he laid the groundwork and made sure that that I didn't settle for less on this channel, that I didn't get off on the wrong foot, that I knew from a business standpoint, I knew what I was getting myself into, and I knew what to expect from the channel the first 3 months. He helped me out a lot with that because he's a business-minded person. He's a Cancer like me too, so we think a lot alike, but we also bump heads on a lot of things, a lot of issues because we're so similar in a lot of ways. I mean, it's ridiculous how similar we are. I don't really, and the funny thing is I don't even believe the signs thing, like the Cancer thing, but it's when it comes to him, I believe it because it's you are so much like me, just a different person. But yeah, he had a Twitch channel that was blowing up. It was We Want J Nasty. No, was it We Want Greatness on Twitch. It's not there anymore. It's actually the Seoul Dojo Twitch, which will probably, I hope he switches the name soon. He might have switched it back. I don't know. But we don't do anything on Twitch, so don't go to Twitch. But he had a Twitch channel that he was helping people throughout Destiny raids. He was helping people. He was just getting people out of the comments into Destiny raids, and he got so many followers from that. He had like at least 2,000, and at least 800 people were watching him every time he went live. Now this is the most blandest cardboard cookie cutter guy, okay? The fact that he had that many people, he is amazing. He can't talk as good as me on the camera, but he was amazing. He was amazing at what he did, and it just made me realize, like, dang, like, not anybody can do this, but you can really do this if you really put your mind to it. And he did. He did it really quick, and he had a lot of people. Unfortunately, he did stop. He was ambitious with it too. He wanted to do like 24-hour streams and stuff like that for Destiny, and it's just amazing. He just really got a big community on there, and it was really great, and I really admired that. Then he joined a FIFA VPN league, which is a virtual pro national VPN league, right? And he asked me to do voiceovers, like commentary voiceovers over the goals and highlights and stuff, kind of like what I do with my PES 2019, and kind of like what I did with my FIFA career mode also. And I feel like that's kind of why I'm good at it. But because I love the sport football, soccer, for anybody that's watching that's like football, because I love the sport football, and because I love at that moment I love FIFA, I was like, yeah, I'll do it. We did a whole season of VPN League commentary, and it was great. People liked it. A lot of people loved it. I said, man, I really should give this gaming stuff, like YouTube gaming stuff, an actual try. So I was like, why not? Let me jump into it and see what it's like, and see what I can get into. And I really wanted to do it, and I spoke about this before when I hit 200, is that I wanted to get into YouTube gaming because I always wanted to just talk about video games all the time. I could be out at a party. I just want to talk about YouTube. I mean, not YouTube. I want to talk about gaming. That's it. I just really want to talk about gaming. If anybody brings up PUBG, I'm going off. Like I'm going to talk about it. If anybody brings up anything about Halo, anything, I'm going to talk about it. I want to talk about it. And I would just think about it when I was at places like that. Social settings. I wouldn't talk about social things. I would talk about gaming. That's all I would really want to talk about. And it just, I don't know. It's just, bottom line, it's just what I wanted to talk about. And I knew with the YouTube channel, I would always open that discussion in a good way. Like, yeah, I wouldn't just walk up to somebody and be like, what you think about Diablo 3 on the Switch? I couldn't, you couldn't just do that. But on YouTube, you kind of can. You kind of can open up the discussion because it's acceptable there. So, that's why I love this, because I can always talk about gaming and listen to everybody's opinion. That's one thing that I learned, is to respect everybody's opinion. Because even though there is some dumb opinion out there, there's stupid opinion out there. That's the Soul Dojo is based on honest, good opinion. But there's dumb opinion out there. But I've learned to respect other people's opinion and try to see where they were coming from when it comes to that stuff. But yeah, so I started the Soul Dojo, and I did so much research on how to just start a YouTube channel. And it's easy. You know, with the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, you can just record gameplay from it and then like voice over it. You could do that real easy. My very first video ever was like Kingdom Hearts 3, when they had the trailer showing off some of the worlds and stuff like that. And a major issue I have with that video is just talking in front of a camera or talking into a mic. I wasn't as smooth as I am now, even though I still do the ums and ahs like right now I'm still doing, but I don't do that. Oh, there it goes right there. I still do it a lot, but I'm a little bit more energetic in front of the camera and in front of like the mic. And like, you're always going to get better at that as you talk in front of it. But yeah, I did so much research, and a lot of people were saying the same thing. You have to want to do this and be consistent with it. And you can't one of the biggest things is you cannot let the numbers that you see affect what you are doing. Because people can do this. You'll see like 2, 3 views, 4, 5 views. You'll be like, oh man, like I'm not going anywhere with this. Like, this is not working. You're not going to get 1,000 views in the first first 3 videos. That has never, that's hardly happened. I'm not gonna say never happened because I know a few channels that have those, but you can tell that they have previous experience with other channels or they made a channel before. And it's like there's so many things you got to take into account. How are you as a person? How are you talking, like me right now talking in front of the camera? I feel like I am so comfortable right now talking in front of the camera. Godzilla can come up behind me, rip my head off, and I'll still be able to talk effectively about games to you guys. And that's something that I had to build. I was actually like, I was the lead role in Captain Underpants in my elementary school play. So I feel like I kind of have a little bit of experience in talking in front of a lot of people. So but it's funny, you're in your room talking to yourself. That's the funny thing about it. But I know other people on the other side were going to be watching this. And you have to be okay with just talking to yourself too when you do YouTube gaming. And but yeah, most of the big thing everybody was saying was don't let the lack of subs, the lack of views, tarnish your thought of YouTubing, because it's like you gotta, those 4 people, they're watching you for a reason. Those 3 subscribers you have, you gotta make the most of it for them. So it's like 250 here. I'm gonna go hard for all 250 people all the time. I have to. And because you're giving me your time of day. Yeah, I'm giving you my time to make it, but you're giving me your time of day to watch it. And on Spotify, you're giving me your time of day to listen. And I can always respect that. And I have to respect that if I want my channel to grow. So it's great. It's great. Also, when you look deep into the gaming industry, there's so many things going on that I love to talk about. Yeah, Electronic Arts is always messing up. Whatever. I'm going to talk about it though. Yeah, PlayStation's always doing well. Cool. I'm always going to talk about it. I'm always going to want to talk about it. And then sometimes I go out of my way and make a really, really more creative video. Like my top 3 favorite games, RPGs, first person shooters, stuff like that. It's always great to do stuff like that. I love it. I absolutely love it. And you have to have that want to create videos. You have to have that want, because you can create 2-3 videos, not see the growth, and be like, I'm done with this. So many people do that, but you have to want to continue to create videos and be consistent with it. I think off the top, you need to commit to something. If it's 1 video a month, start off that way. But when you start adding more and more videos, be consistent with it. Be consistent with it, and be consistent with how good your videos are. If you finally are starting now to get into 1080p recording, like this video now is in 1080p, I'm never going to go back to 720. Because if I do, Jay's going to call me up. Hey man, this video is in 720. What's going on? And I love that, because it's below the Seoul Dojo standard. And right now I'm trying to make sure I build that standard and keep that standard. Because if I have somebody join on with me, I don't want them to record in 360, 720. Like, I don't want that. And you can ease your way up to finally getting Sony Vegas from Windows Movie Maker. You can work your way up. And I think that's the awesome part of YouTubing, is people will see your progression. And the fact that people see that progression, you are basically part of that progression, people that watch. And you should invest in your YouTube channel, gaming YouTube channel. Screw it. If you're into makeup and stuff, like, that's what you should do. You should invest in it. You should invest in what you love, period. And that's what I've done. That's why I have this equipment I have now. That's why I have like a, I got a little bit on a good price, but I have a $700 PC now. And, I invested in it because I want to make better content. And I want to get I feel like, yeah, what you say is great, but if it looks good doing it, it's even more effective. So I can say EA's crap, but if I say EA's crap in 1080p, it's even more effective. It's like that. Another thing that I want to talk about, and this is really big on me. I've talked to it about my Mind Ninja people. I've talked to it about, I think, a couple of friends. You got to have a certain level of discipline, and you got to have a certain level of responsibility too when it comes to you as a content creator, the kind of content creator I am, because some people just upload highlight videos and funny videos for gaming. Me, I want to be a pundit. I want to be a person that talks about games in a industrial manner, a professional manner, and I want to be taken seriously. So it's like everything I say, I feel like has a certain level of responsibility. With 250 subscribers, that's 250 opinions I could change myself. Not saying I will, and not saying that's the target, but it's the potential that I could change 250 people's opinions. So I have to watch what I say. On Facebook, I don't sit there and just type out this and this. I always have facts to back it. On Twitter, I do the same thing. Because if you look at some of the top people like Jason Schreier, they do have a certain level of responsibility when they throw out Activision's laying off 800 people. This is how I feel about it. Because some people take that stuff to heart and they're like, and they use that opinion. And I guess really what I'm trying to say is you do have that level of responsibility of talking about games. You know what I'm saying? You do have that level of responsibility. So I try to make sure that everything I say comes off as professional as I can and as honest as I can. I don't want to just blurt out stuff and then people are like, oh, well, I guess that's just how it is. Like, no, not like I want to make sure I have a certain level of responsibility. And it's good to get that certain level of responsibility right now because later when we continuously grow and I have 1,000 people watching, it's already second nature to me. I need to know what I'm saying before I just say it. And I think that's something that a lot of YouTubers need to kind of remember. There's a few YouTubers out here that just blurt out stuff. There's a few people that just blurt out stuff. This isn't no diss stuff. I'm not gonna sit here and diss people and say, "Oh, it's you." But just remember, you always have to be responsible in what you're saying, because you have a camera and you have an audience that is looking at you, that is watching, and they believe in what you're saying. So I think that's a big part of YouTubing, gaming YouTubing, especially if you're just starting YouTube and you're watching this. Keep going, keep pushing it. If you're starting YouTube gaming, keep pushing it, and be creative. Watch your favorite YouTubers and kind of learn from what they're doing. Don't copy them, but take inspiration. What are we at? Only 20 minutes. I thought I've been talking for about an hour. What else could I talk about? Basic things. I want to shout out my man Niall Edwards. My man Niall Edwards. Yeah, he has 3 channels. So he has 3 channels, and I think he has 3. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm probably wrong. I think you have 2. He does gaming. He does movies, but he's like so much younger than me, and I think that's one of the things that I regret. I regret a lot of things in life, but that's one of the things. Is like he started so young on YouTubing. I wish I kind of did too with YouTube gaming. I wish I started a little bit, like not young, but like I wish I started 4 years early because I'd be ahead now. But he is so young and he knows how to talk in front of a camera. And he has really, really amazing views on games that I respect so much. He is so good at presenting himself. He's so good at talking in front of a camera. He's so good at knowing his knowledge of games, given how fairly young he is. And I respect him so much as a content creator because of what he's already achieved. He's about 150. If you guys want to check him out, he's Dr. Nintendo. And I think he's like at 175 right now. But he is so good, and he's going to be so successful in YouTube gaming because he started young and because he's so good at talking in front of the camera, and he's so good at making content already. He's so good already at his age. I'm not saying he's not like 12, but I think he's like 14, 15. But he's good at talking in front of the camera, like I said, and he just has really great knowledge of games already, and he knows what matters in gaming, and he understands, like I said, you're bringing your opinion out to a lot of people, and what you say matters. You know what I'm saying? I think he understands that, and I really respect him for that. So Niall, if you're watching, I really respect you for that, my man. You respect you know you've said you respect my channel a lot. I hope my channel like just helps you in every way because I'm always here to help you. Yeah, so really great. I want to shout out his channel. Really great. We're gonna be having what is this, the 16th tomorrow, which is Sunday. Well, it would be tomorrow because of the time I record this, but or upload this. We're gonna be doing a podcast over microtransactions and Nintendo games. So make sure you guys check out his channel for that podcast. It's great stuff. So let me talk about my role and my work ethic at My Ninja Gaming. So Trev, my man Trevor Larson, me and him grew up in Victorville, California together. Um, and he reached out to me and told me that he wanted to start a gaming channel. The ambition there is amazing because I knew that I wanted to further my profession also, which is this. I wanted to further it, and I knew that this would be a good chance to link up with a whole bunch of people that love video games and do different kind of content. And that's exactly what I'm getting here at My Ninja Gaming. Um, I'm getting the different opinions here and there. I'm getting to work with as a group of people. And the fact that I already started YouTube gaming, I felt like I came in and helped out so much. I did. I honestly did. I did help out a lot. And I knew a lot going into it, which got us like 10 steps further than where we could have been at if we all started at the same time. But the main reason why I joined My Ninja Gaming is because it was going to help the Soul Dojo. It was always going to help the Soul Dojo. It was always going to come back around and make me look good. I know that might sound like, sound bad, but I'm trying to say it in the most nicest way. Like I knew that was going to come around and make me as a person that talks about video games look good at the end of the day. And it was going to help the Soul Dojo because I could be in a conversation with somebody, because with My Ninja Gaming, we do a lot. So far, we've been doing a lot of activities, a lot of events. We were at GameStop, of course. We were gonna go to South by Southwest. Some things came up, but we've been doing a lot of events, and that always leads back to you also do another channel, the Soul Dojo. Oh, okay. So it always leads back to that, and I love that. There was a point in My Ninja Gaming where I was overworking myself to the point that the Soul Dojo was almost second hand. Don't get me wrong, you guys probably never noticed because I did keep the Soul Dojo work ethic high. I kept the work coming out at a high rate, at a high quality. Hopefully it's high. But I was overworking myself with My Ninja Gaming because I knew how to do most of everything. And I made My Ninja Gaming my own at some point because I was like, you know what? I think ultimately what was hurting me was the fact that I understood that this represents me. This channel represents me also. Because if we put out a crappy video at 720 and it looks like crap, that represents me too. I'm not saying 720 is a bad resolution. I'm just saying like everything we do on that channel represents me in some way. So I was so worried about that like I was like, I can handle all the work. I can do everything. I can do everything, and I will do everything. Long story short, I did burn myself out. There was some words said, and I burnt myself out on that. So I slowed down. And the results of it is not me not caring as much, but me just enjoying the ride on My Ninja Gaming. I'm going to say that in the nicest way. I think that's the nicest way I could say it. I'm enjoying my ride on My Ninja Gaming. When they need me, I am there. And when they need me, they know I give them top-notch quality. They know I'm all about the quality, and they know I'm all about the work ethic. And with My Ninja Gaming, I put everything that I said with the Soul Dojo into my Ninja Gaming. We are 4-5 pundits. Everything we say should matter. Everything we say should carry weight. And I think that's what I really want for myself, is that everything I say about gaming to carry weight. And that's where the responsibility thing comes in. And it's like, we're not there yet, but we're growing and we're getting better. And but I think we moved. I think there was a certain moment we moved too fast, and which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Not a lot of channels did what we did. Like, not a lot of channels got a GameStop event like within 30 subscribers, 30, 40, maybe 45 subscribers, and then did like a Super Smash Brothers party where we raised our own money and sold our own, our own shirts. Not a lot of channels do that off of the top. Not with 60 subscribers, not a lot of channels do that. But I feel like in a way we did move a little quick. I'm glad we did it though. I'm glad we did it because it did help the Seoul Dojo in many ways. But it always comes back to a group effort. And I slowed down because I was doing too much and maybe everybody was relying on me just to do it all. Not saying that they were lazy, but to say that like I put that upon myself. And I did. I put all that work upon myself, which is okay. Which is, I admit it. But now I'm open to being like, okay, I need to chill. I need to chill this weekend. I can't be doing all this weekend. And I take it. I'm more easier on what I have my hands on and what I don't have my hands on. Hopefully everybody can kind of get to the same level where we know our expectation of editing is at, and all that stuff. So I think at some point we will get to that, and I think at some point it's gonna work. It's gonna work. It's working right now. Everything is fine now. I love those guys, Mac, Trev, Lou, Eric. They are wonderful people. They are wonderful content creators. They're so talented in their own rights. They are all so talented, and they all have a level of commitment to our favorite hobby, which is gaming. So shouts out to My Ninja Gaming. Go ahead and head over to My Ninja Gaming. Check out our new BioWare video. Trev really impressed me with his thoughts on BioWare because he's usually the guy that's a little bit more quiet. Me and Mac have always been on the same wavelength when it comes to a lot of things, and me and him kind of go at it when it comes to gaming. But Trev jumped in and really helped out with that video particularly because his views I thought were spot on. I thought were really good, and he did a really good job of that. My thoughts on recent gaming debates. So recently I've had a lot of gaming debates that that have transpired over the last couple of weeks. And I love gaming debates. I love it. Especially when people don't agree and it's like, cool, what don't you agree on? Like, we can talk about whatever. And so the first one I want to talk about is me and my man Key have been at it for weeks. Is PlayStation 4 better than PlayStation 3? Is PlayStation 3 better than PlayStation 4? The last time we went at it, it was like a lot of alcohol was involved. I'll just say that. So I don't remember half of it. One thing that just has been eating me up for the past week is like, this fool said that I've never played Killzone, which is a complete lie. Like, that is false facts. That is not true. I played Killzone. Killzone Shadowfall. I forgot how that came up, but I played Killzone Shadowfall. Killzone Shadowfall at best is a mediocre Killzone game. It just is. It just is. Shooting, it's okay. It really is okay. It's not the greatest PlayStation exclusive to ever come out. But me and him, I think my man Adarius Brooks, who I haven't had on this channel yet. I haven't had it. Oh, I had him on in the Far Cry videos. He's basically like, you guys are arguing the same point. Well, not arguing the same point. You guys are arguing different points, and you're both right about both points. I think at best, I think we should just keep it right there. And I think that is true. I feel like that PlayStation this generation has completely, on the business side of things and on the exclusive side of things, because exclusives matter so much. There's a debate about exclusives being, if exclusives matter. Of course they do, because why else would people, like, PlayStation, if PlayStation and Xbox have the same exact games, why would people lean towards which one? You're going to be like, one has God of War, one has Hellblade, well, they both have Hellblade, one has God of War, one has Detroit Become Human, one has, one has a what's another PlayStation exclusive? I am drawing a blank. Spider-Man. One has um all the others, like all the other 10 other Neo, near all those games, man, all those PlayStation exclusive games that we have. The Last of Us when it comes out, and it's like one has Crackdown. It's like sorry, my PlayStation exclusive mine is just usually spot on with it. Bloodborne. Um, and it's like they're gonna lean towards PlayStation, and PlayStation has done a wonderful job with that. And it's like I just feel like with PlayStation 4, given what they have achieved, like this is like the second best selling PlayStation, I think. You can fact check me on that. This is one of the best selling PlayStations. This console is not fourth. There's no way it can be fourth, given what it has achieved, given what PlayStation has done business wise. And every time I talk to my man Key, it's always about, the backwards compatibility, sweet, all that stuff. Nostalgia is evil. Nostalgia is evil. And backwards compatibility to me personally isn't a problem. Like if that's true, Xbox would be winning this whole console war because they have that. But it's like I don't care about playing Ratchet and Clank. I don't care about playing the old God of War games. I'm really just looking towards the future because naturally some of those games are better. Like naturally we get better technology with these newer games, and sometimes these games are just better in certain ways. But of course we're always going to respect the Crash Bandicoots of the world and Spyros of the world, but we're continuously getting remasters. And of course we're always going to respect that because we passed the golden age of gaming. Let's be honest, we passed it, and we're always trying to revive it and bring it back. But at the same time, we got to look at the fact that PlayStation and Nintendo are two of the best publishers right now because of the business they handle. And when it comes to PlayStation 3, a console that couldn't handle third party exclusive, that couldn't handle third party games hardly, compared to the 360, it was never as good as the 360. Me personally, me saying it. So, but PlayStation 4 has completely shattered Xbox One. So it's just when I look at it that way, PlayStation 4 has to go ahead of it. You can be in he had one, so he had both. The best thing about Key is like he had both. So, and like I said in the beginning, I respect everybody's opinion. So if he feels that way, he feels that way. That's all I gotta say. I'm done talking about that. I'm done talking about that debate. So the next one, I had one with my man Mac earlier, and don't trust me, you guys. If you guys are listening, I'm not bringing up every debate we've ever talked about, but it's just recent things. Me and my man Mac had a debate on Anthem. I don't know. He completely changed his mind. I don't know why he completely changed his mind now, but he's completely changed it. Like, it's weird. Like, it's really weird. Like, all of a sudden now he's like seeing what I'm saying. Because me personally, look, I never wanted Anthem to fail. I never want EA to fail. They just do it to themselves. And he said some things to me like, oh, well, we all didn't want Anthem to fail. Well, look, man, I didn't want Anthem to fail, clearly. And then he said something like, oh, BioWare, you can see that BioWare had their own decisions or had their hands in this. I think all that is completely false. I think EA had their hands throughout Anthem's development, throughout the whole thing. They knew exactly what Anthem was going to be. Because if you look at the game, it's structured around a live service. It's exactly what Electronic Arts has spoken about and talked about and wanted. So that one's a little bit more irrelevant, but it comes back to show you that you got to watch what you say and you got to look at the facts, because we all know that BioWare didn't have their hands in Anthem. They developed it, but EA was right behind them the whole time. EA was right on their back, breathing down their neck, whispering in their ear, "Put loot boxes." I don't think they have loot boxes in Anthem, but you just got to watch always what you say, and that's just it. You always got to watch what you say, man. You always got to watch what you say, and make sure that if you're going to talk about games, you talk about them effectively and know the facts. I think that's the biggest thing. You gotta. I noticed that you have to get rid of nostalgia, emotion, and just kind of start naming the facts and kind of, and of course, input your own opinion. So we're at the 35-minute. I absolutely love this episode. This episode has been so good. I love this episode of Gamer. What is this called? Gamers Coffee. Yeah, I do so many like stuff. It's like what is this even called? But I have two questions for you guys. Um, I only got two questions because that's how big I am. I have two. It's better than one or zero. I have one from Tashelle, of course, who's been an amazing supporter of both channels, My Ninja Gaming and the Soul Dojo. She's been amazing. She's helped me with the logo for Gamers Coffee also. But she said, since joining PC Master Race, have you considered dumping consoles entirely? Phenomenal question. I think this is an amazing question. No, I have. That's like the simple answer. The long answer is no, I haven't. um, absolutely not, because I'm not even really. I got a PC for a billion reasons. One of the reasons is because I can, make content better. One reason is because I can play, better games and just see what everybody's talking about. I've been playing. I played a good bit of Skyrim on here. I've been playing Sims on PC. There's a few games that are coming out. Like, I can't wait for Halo to hit PC. I'll definitely be jumping on that. But I still keep my games exclusively console with my Switch and my PlayStation 4. Another great thing about having a PC is I get to play a lot of Xbox games on here. So I get to kind of try out, those and be very fair about those. But no, consoles are always going to be home base for me. PC, I do get that leverage that I get to talk more about PC games and talk about what I like about PC, and I can have that in my arsenal when I speak about games and stuff like that. But PC has taught me a lot. PC has taught me that consoles need to humble themselves, like when it comes to how many frames and the fluidity of gameplay. Consoles need to be humble because PC is where it's at. I'm gonna be honest with you. And PC people, for the PC people that don't even go off on console people, that just let them fight and let them be like, yeah, whatever, yeah, whatever, man. Good job for you. For the PC people that are just humble and like, man, good for you, because that's how you should be. Me and If you have a PC, So I'm gonna keep it there. I have another question from my man Niall. Of course, my man Niall, the Dr. Nintendo channel. Make sure you guys check that channel out. He just did a tour video of his room, which was very enjoyable. It was very long, but it was very enjoyable. That's what she said. And it was really good stuff. It was really good stuff. I enjoyed watching it, except the Skyrim and the Red Dead Redemption stuff. I was just like, dude, you gotta play those and like them. You have to like them. But he said, what is your worst game of all time? Which is a very funny question. Worst game of all time that I've ever played. I play bad games, but my memory's terrible. Uh not Scalebound. Bound by Flame is a very bad game that I played. It was the first RPG to actually come out for PlayStation 4. Excited about it. Let's do it. Terrible game. Absolutely horrendously bad. I really did not like that game. That game was really bad. Fallout 76 recently. Not a good game. Anthem. Could hardly play it. It was terrible. But game that I've ever played. I don't, dude. It would have to be at this point. I haven't played too many games where I was like, oh, this is bad. This is the worst I've ever played. It would probably have to be. I'm gonna give it to Fallout 76 for right now because that game was virtually unplayable when I played it. Hopefully the updates come to it, but just overall terrible games. I played pretty mediocre games, but I can't sit here and say, man. Worst game ever. That's so like. Maybe Yeah, that's so like, I don't know. Worst game ever. I'm gonna give it to Fallout 76. I would have to think about it. I already know I'm gonna come back to it and be like, oh god, yeah. There's worse games ever. Like people that play all the games, like play all, like IGN, maybe GameSpot, they have their own worst game ever. Like they have a whole bunch of lists. But me personally, it's probably Fallout 76. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm going to leave it there. If there's anything that pops up, make sure you guys follow me on Twitter at Cali from the Dojo, KALI from the DOJO. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to spell this. And I would definitely put it up there if I think of anything else like, oh, that was bad. Make sure you guys follow me on Spotify. Be careful when you're listening on Spotify. Driving, running, doing whatever, doing backflips, whatever you're doing, swimming. Summertime's coming up, whatever. Make sure you guys, if you're listening on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit that bell, hit the like button, comment on what you guys think is going on. Just comment. One thing before I go, I want to mention is one thing on top of like all the when you're constantly always updating your status with gaming stuff, a lot of people start noticing that, and a lot of people, and I absolutely love it. A lot of people direct message me and say, hey, have you seen this? Have you seen this article? Hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? That is my favorite thing. I love it. So continue to do that. Continue to hit my direct messages and be like, hey, Curtis, like, what do you think of this? What do you think about, Electronic Arts missing out on E3? What do you think about, Halo coming to PC? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? What do you think about all these new consoles that are coming up? All these rumors, stuff like that. What do you think about this? And I love that. I absolutely love it because it makes me feel like you guys care about what I'm saying and what I'm, and my opinion holds weight. Perfect. So, I've been Curtis Russell with the Seoul Dojo Gaming Channel. This has been Gamers Coffee, episode 2. Episode 3 is going to feature my very first flavor. His name is Ronald Jackson. He's a baseball player. Can't wait to get him on. It's perfect time for MLB The Show. So if you're into sports and you want to learn how to balance sports and gaming, watch that one. I'll check you guys later. And make sure you guys subscribe and follow on Spotify. Alright? Deuces.
Viewers beware. Smart but still ain't knowing nothing, sick and sipping Robitussin. Hella not myself today, give it a say, the flow is coming. Be the type of dude you wanna ask him if he holding something. Got that high-tech store-bought, rolling up with. Be in the section with the people that I'm smoking with. Hit it then I hold it in, hold it then I choke again. I'm that socialist, vocalist, you show your friends. More to corruption than some Donald Trump emoluments. That really says a lot about society. Now